Hey, what's going on, guys? The One Punch Man full set list has officially been revealed on the Union Arena website, so we're going to go ahead and dive into it, starting with the green set here. If you guys enjoy these, definitely like and subscribe to let me know. We're going to be doing different breakdowns for the yellow set as well as the red set. And then we'll have a separate one as well for the yellow starter deck. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. I generally do these just to sort of learn the sets myself, but figure I record, upload them too to sort of help other people learn as well. But yeah, we're going to start it out with the green set here, which is mostly based around the heroes. We're going to have two different decks that we can build around. One is mostly centered around King and Saitama, essentially trying to build up your sideline and get the giant Saitamas out on the board to win. Looks like the other deck that you can build in green is going to be also based around the heroes, but it'll be more based around Metal Bat and trying to basically fill the board and get more effects based on how many heroes you have out at a time. And then if you guys don't know, the release events are going to be starting next Friday on the 28th, and then the full actual release is scheduled to be on the 7th of March. So yeah, good luck on your guys' pools and stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty crazy set from what I'm seeing. Also really excited for green myself. So yeah, starting it out, we've got the zero cost Suryu here. He's just a simple 2k, draw a card. He actually doesn't have the hero affinity, if you guys have seen the anime. He's like just from the tournament, so it makes sense. But still a good zero to have just for the draw trigger if you do want him. And then we got a My Mask here, 1 energy, 1 action point. When played, return a card with 1 or less cost from the field to your hand if you can't return this character, and then he generates 2, so he's just that generic, pretty good 2 generator, I'm sure, for this deck because we're trying to get as many 2s out as we can. Same with this guy, Stinger. He's also got the hero's affinity, I should mention. They both are heroes. I assume most of these characters are going to be heroes in the green set. But yeah, Stinger, 0 cost. He's going to be the character active main. You can switch him to resting, and he'll count for 2, but then you have to sideline him before your attack phase. So yeah, again, could be pretty good just to have an extra bump of energy at some point in the game. Even just filling up another hero slot in your deck as well. Could be really good. And if you guys haven't seen the early breakdown stuff that I've been posting, as well as just other leaks and stuff, yeah, Saitama is literally a 15 energy card who does get his cost reduced by putting cards in your sideline. As you're going to see, that's what the deck's doing. But yeah, we're trying to get as much energy on the board here as possible. But yeah, anyways, 1 energy, 1 action point, Death Gatling. When sideline, choose 1 character on your field. It'll gain 500 BP. No trigger on that either. 2,500 though, not bad. Atomic Samurai. This guy looks pretty good. 4 energy, 2 action point. When played, you can sideline a character with 2k or less BP on your opponent's front line. If you have 6 or more heroes on the field though, 6 or more other heroes, so you don't count Atomic Samurai, you can actually sideline a 4k or less on your opponent's front line. So pretty good. He's also got a draw trigger. And then also, if you guys don't know, these coming soons are just alternate arts that they haven't revealed yet. They've actually revealed a lot of them, just not officially on the website. Let's see, 0 energy, 1 action point King. This is going to be your generic add to hand raid trigger because we have King raids. So if he's in your life, you can add him to your hand. He's got an interesting ability, active main, pay 1 action point, and then once per turn you can draw a card. So, you know, I mean, you can tap to draw, which is the same concept, but I mean, I guess you could still do that with King too, which is interesting. I guess maybe tap to draw twice in a turn. I'm curious what the advantage is to doing this instead of just tapping to draw yourself is, you know. Either way, though, he is a raid target, and then we have 1 energy, 1 action point King. When played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 King card, or 1 card with 6 or more required energy among them, add it to your hand, place the rest at the bottom of your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, sideline 1 card. Now, this is actually going to be interesting. This deck, again, you're trying to build up your sideline, so these abilities where you have to sideline a card for whatever reason is actually going to be helping you. Keep that in mind. Let's see, 3 energy, 1 action point King. This card looks so funny. So this character cannot attack or block. However, he does generate energy on the front line. He's a double energy generator. So, since he's generating energy on the front line for you, you can essentially get yourself up to 10 energy already if you have all doubles out. Maybe 2 of this guy puts you at 12. That'd be nuts. Anyways, when played, draw a card. Then you can place 1 Saitama card from your hand into your sideline. If you do, choose any character on your opponent's front line and sideline it, which is nuts. If you guys have seen the anime, it works so perfectly with it. Basically, Saitama's KOing a character for King on play. And then active main, if on the front line, switch to resting. Place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck into your sideline. And then, of course, he's got the raid trigger, so you can add him to hand or raid him on play. He's got the 5k BP, which actually will come in handy, as you'll see later on with his special. But he can't attack or block, so kind of irrelevant in battle. But yeah, he can build up your sideline for free. Pretty cool, by resting himself, which again, we don't really care about resting him since we can't attack or block. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Definitely going to want him in your deck with Saitama, no question. And then, let's see, we've got Metal Bat here. This is going to be our generic add to hand, 1500, 0 cost, raid target. And then 2 energy, 1 action point, Metal Bat with Step. He's got the color trigger, and if you don't know, for green, the color trigger allows you to play 2 energy or less, 1 action point from your hand set to active onto your field when this is activated from your life. So since we're trying to flood our board with heroes, this is actually going to be a really, really good color trigger for this deck, essentially helping you keep that number high. And then, yeah, 3k BP, 1 energy. And then we've got the Metal Bat Raid card. I think this card's going to be pretty good. I think because of how Saitama works, you know, with him having like Impact 3 and just other Impact characters, and Impact in general being really strong, him being a nullifier and his ability putting him back on board is going to be really good. So as you'll see here, 4 energy, 1 action point, Metal Bat, nullify impact, and you do not have to raid to have this. If you don't know any abilities above the raid box here, you can have by just playing the character straight up, which does play into his effect here. So this character gains all abilities listed below if you have the required number of heroes on your field. Other heroes. That's an important word, by the way, other, because he will not count himself. Anyways, if you have 3 or more other heroes, he's going to have impact. Sick. And then if you have 6 or more other heroes, when he's sidelined, you can place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. And if you do, you can actually replay this Metal Bat onto your front line set to resting. Now, when he comes back set to resting, he is not going to be a raid card. So he's going to lose impact and the when sidelined ability. Obviously, you can't just spam that. But you're going to get your impact nullifier back out. So could be pretty handy. Add to hand raid trigger, and he's a 4k, 1 energy. Let's see, and then we've got 3 energy, 1 action point, Drive Knight. This is going to be a card that costs 1 less to play. This will be a 2 if your opponent's playing with a yellow or a red deck. And then he's a 3k, 2 energy. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty popular card, especially since One Punch is going to be so popular and so strong. It's definitely going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be being played a lot, which means you'll see a lot of yellow or red. And in general, yellow and red is popular colors in other animes. Yeah. Since you're trying to get 2 energies out and you can play this guy for 2, I think this guy's actually going to have a lot of value in this set for sure. And then we've got 0 energy, 1 action point, Genos. When played, draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. We love that on a 0. Draw trigger, 1500. 3 energy, 1 action point, Genos. During your turn, reduce the required energy of all Saitama cards by 1 in your hand. Draw trigger, 3k, 2 generator. So yeah, again, pretty sure he's going to be a staple with your Saitama cards. And then we've got the Raid Genos card. This art is so sick. 4 energy, 1 action point, double block when raided. When this character attacks and wins a battle, draw a card. So if you attack, your opponent chooses to not take a life and instead block with a character, and that character gets sidelined. That's winning a battle, so you'll get to draw off that. Really nice, really nice. When sidelined, you can return 1 base card of this raided card to your hand. So whatever cards you raided on top of, when this card gets sidelined, you get to put it back into your hand. Really, really, really nice. And then he's got the raid trigger, of course, 4k BP, 1 energy. And also, I just want to mention, if you guys are curious why I keep mentioning the raid trigger, there are raid cards that do not have this trigger. We've seen some in JJK and a few other sets where it's a raid card like this, but the trigger is just add to hand. With this trigger, you can play this from life on your opponent's turn, so just keep that stuff in mind. Let's see. And then we've got a 6 energy, 1 action point, Silver Fang. I really like the look of this card. I think he's going to be a staple in the Saitama deck. When played, when attacking, when blocking, look at the top card of your deck, then place it on the top of your deck or into your sideline. That's pretty good. Helping you filter your deck, build up your sideline. Color trigger as well, 4,500 printed BP. So if you don't know, 4K is a pretty standard powerful number that you're going to see commonly in Union Arena. And yeah, with 45 printed, we're going to be able to do a lot of blocking, hopefully, with an ability on top of it. So yeah, when played, when attacking, when blocking, ooh, we're going to build up the sideline, filter our deck out. He's going to be really good. Let's see. Flashy Flash Hero. 0 energy, 1 action point. If you have 6 or more other hero affinity cards on your field, this character cannot be blocked by 3,500 or more BP characters. Ooh. That could be interesting. You're in a late game or something, and your opponent only has 4Ks or higher on the field, which is definitely possible. You throw this guy in, and you just get to take a free life. Wait, this might be a sleeper card that just surprises people. That's interesting. Okay, okay. Terrible Tornado, 4 energy, 1 action point. When played, you can place a hero affinity card from your hand into your sideline. If you do, switch this card to active, so you can essentially play this card set to active. It's got the 3k active trigger, so if it comes out of life, you can not only re-stand a rested character on your field, but you can also buff them by 3k for that defensive turn. Really, really good trigger. 4k, 1 energy. And then Zombie Man, 0 energy, 1 action point. When sidelined, you can place 1 card from your hand into your removal. If you do, you can add this card back to your hand. So essentially, always trying to hang on to a Nullify Impact. It sounds like it's going to be really important in this meta. With, I believe, Saitama has 3 impact, 7 damage. Oh, man. Let's see, so we got Tank Top Master. This anime is so funny, sub, dude. Tank Top Master. 2 energy, 1 action point. If this character is active, it gains 1 extra energy. Pretty good card. I think this is going to be a staple for sure in the Saitama decks. I mean, in general, this is a good card in a lot of decks, just to help you have a 2 energy on your a really good 2 energy in your deck. But yeah, this will be a staple for sure in the Saitama deck, I'm sure. 3 energy, 1 action point, Super Alloy, Black Luster, Nullify Impact. Got the 3k active trigger, very nice. 3500, 1 energy. Not a bad card. Not a bad card. I don't know, just with so many other options. You know what I mean? Let's see, 2 energy, 1 action point, Child Emperor. When played, if you have 3 or more other hero affinity on your field, you can choose one of the following. Either draw a card, or you can choose a character on your field and it gains 1k BP until the end of the turn. Nice, not bad, not bad. Draw a card, trigger, and then 1k BP. Oh man, this anime is hilarious. Watchdog Man, 3 energy, 1 action point. This is interesting, this is new. This character cannot move. So, you know, Watchdog, he's on patrol wherever you put him. Wherever you put him on the front line, energy line, because he can work in both. He's a 4k, 2 energy generator. Great trigger. But yeah, wherever you're putting him, you cannot move him. And, you know, in general, you can't move cards back. You can't move cards back to your energy line, but you can move them forward. So the real downside to this ability, I would say, is that if you play him on your energy, you will never be able to push him up. Again, him only costing 3 though. This is a good looking card. I like Watchdog Man. And then let's see. Pig God, this is a wild card. 4 energy, 1 action point. When played, if on the front line, choose up to 1 character with 3k or less BP on your opponent's front line. Sideline it. Could be strong, could be strong. Again, just 3ks aren't nearly as terrifying or common as 4ks, I'd say. And then when sidelined, your opponent gets to draw a card. He's only a 2k, 1 energy, no trigger. This is an interesting card, for sure. 1 energy, 1 action point, Puri Puri Prisoner. This dude's ridiculous. During your turn, if you have no cards in your hand, this character gains 2k, becoming a 4k during your turn. And then active main, once per turn, you can sideline every card in your hand. So I can already see this being paired with, what's his name? That king that we saw, that you can, once per turn during your main phase, draw a card with an action point. You can essentially dump your hand for whatever reason, and then use his ability to draw or something mid-game. Very interesting. Okay, I don't know if that's like the reasoning behind it, but I can see that being a thing. Let's see, but yeah, help you get Saitama out. If there's any way to like bounce back Saitama, if there's any way to guarantee you're dumping your hand and then getting that 15 next turn somehow, this is great. Active trigger, choose the 3k active trigger. Again, he's a 2k, but he can get up to a 4, and then 1 energy. I mean, again, he's only a 1 cost, so at the end of the day, he's not a crazy risk. You can run this guy for his trigger, just for a 1, so you have a 1 in your deck, and then at the end of the day, he might come in handy with his abilities. 2k is still not bad either. Like, you can just... This is not a bad card. Very interesting. 3 energy, 1 action point, Metal Knight. When played, you can play up to 1 green character with 2 or less required energy, 1 action point from your hand, set to resting onto your field. No trigger, 2500, 1 energy. So yeah, essentially, just allowing you to play an extra body. Really, really good staple, I'm sure, in Metal Bat. In that hero affinity deck where you're just trying to get as many on the board as possible. So definitely a good card, I like it. I play the equivalent to this in the Toto deck, the... Momo, I think her name is, in the Kyoto School, where you can play an extra Kyoto School character on the field. Pretty good. And then, let's see, 1 energy, 1 action point, Moomin Rider. Okay, this guy's interesting. So, when sidelined, if this character's sidelined due to losing a battle, so if you blocked with him, essentially, and lost, you may place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. If you do, you can play him back onto the field, set to resting. So, Moomin Rider never gives up, man. As long as you're willing to help him out, he's coming back onto the field, dude, if you got a card to sideline. And again, dude... you're benefiting from sidelining cards. So, active trigger, a great reason to run him again, just like the Pooty Pooty Prisoner. If we're just running him for the 1 energy trigger, could come in clutch. 1500, 1 energy. Yeah, could be a really good just constant body on the front line. I really like that. Man, this is looking like a good deck. All right, and then Saitama. Look at this art, dude. I love this so much, dude. So goofy. 15 energy, 1 action point. This is actually different than the other ones that we've seen if you've been keeping up with what I've been posting. For every 5 cards in your sideline, reduce the cost by 1. We've seen that. When this card is placed in, wait, what does it say? When this card is placed from your deck into your sideline, but one of your abilities, like let's say White Fang or Silver Fang, draw up to 1 card. Nice, not bad. That's pretty good, dude. Oh my gosh, build up your sideline with this guy and then also draw. Play this card set to active onto your field when you play him. He's got damage 7, so again, it seems like with green, there's a lot of like remove cards from the front line and stuff. We have a lot of sideline your opponent's characters, so I think the play is get like 1 final in hand. Just try to remove 3 to 4 characters if possible, and just no defensive options for them and get Saitama out. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Like, you can let your opponent have all their life, all game, and then just swing for 7 if you can just remove all their characters on their front line. I doubt that's gonna be the actual method, but it's definitely possible. Because there's a lot of sideline your opponent's cards with just 1 action point in this deck. It's gonna be crazy. Anyways, damage 7. If this guy touches your life, you lose. Unless there's a final in there. If there's a final anywhere in that 7, you actually get to keep playing. It's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, there's that. This character cannot be removed from the field by your opponent's abilities. At the end of the battle, if this character was blocking, return it to your hand. Damn, so you can actually attack with this guy because he's also a 10k BP, which is so valuable. He'll never get blocked for free. You know, your opponent has to lose a character because of this guy. You know what I mean? That's how you can look at this. 1 energy. But on top of all of that, you can still block with him your next turn. The caveat is you just return him to your hand. Wow, dude. This is crazy. This is a really good looking card. I'm really excited for this deck. And then the monster, the one that even if your opponent has blockers, who cares? I've got Impact 3. That's strong. Like, your opponent can get down to 4-3 life very easily, for sure. So this is crazy, man. Anyways, for every 5 cards, reduce it by 1. So we're trying to get this card, I guess, reasonably down to a 10, maybe a 12 cost with King, right? But even 15 to 20 in the sideline. We've seen it with the Muzan deck and stuff. We have a lot of help for sure, but man, building up that sideline is going to take a bit. And there's a lot of rush options in Union Arena, I'll say that. Anyways, if we can play him, when we can play him, you play him set to active, 3 impact, damage 7. So as long as there's no impact nullifier on the field, which, by the way, let's continue real quick. This character cannot be removed from the field by your opponent's abilities. When attacking, you can choose a character on your opponent's front line and sideline it. So what that means is you swing and you get to remove a character first. So if they just have 1 impact nullifier, that character still doesn't help them. They're still taking the impact 3. So they need 2 impact nullifiers to take no life from this character. Either way, impact 3, that is a crazy printed ability. And then at the end of the battle phase, if this character was blocking, return it to your hand. Oh, so he's also got that same ability. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was something different. Maybe it's the yellow one I'm thinking about, where I think if they attack, you don't have the option to block with them the next turn. Something along those lines. Either way, yeah, this is crazy, man. Doesn't even seem like, it seems like once you can play this character, you kind of just win, right? Like, oh man, that's so wild. I am gonna be curious when you're hitting these impact 3s or damage 7s, how many times people are gonna have a final get activated? Because again, usually the worst part about finals is you're taking 1 life at a time. So unless it's that last life, it doesn't get activated. But if it's anywhere in that bulk of life at any point, it gets triggered. So that's going to be pretty helpful for sure. That's going to be his one downfall, is always hitting final cards, dude. Oh, that's going to be so annoying. Anyways, Saitama, he's also got an add to hand, 10k BP, 1 energy, 1 punch man. Dude, this guy living up to the name. They did a great job with this. If he punches your life, you lose. And what else do we got here? Also, if you guys are curious about any of these alt arts, they have been revealing them, and in the I posted a video just doing like an early breakdown of what they've been revealing, a lot less of these cards, and a lot of those were alt arts if you're curious. Anyways, Hero Association, 1 energy, 1 action point. This is a field card, a site, active main, switch resting, Sideline this card. Play up to one character with 3 or less energy, 1 action point from your hand set to resting onto the field. Oh, nice. Draw trigger. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure with the way this is worded, you do not have to have 3 energy out to play the character. So, like, let's say it's Genos, for example, and you just have 1 energy out. You can pop this card, and then you get to play Genos, and now you're up to 2 energy. I believe that's how that works. Either way, that's the main use I can see out of it. Not bad, though. Not bad at all. Don't know if we're running that site card, especially with so many good double energy options, the generators, but still, it's there. And then we're moving into the specials of green. These look kind of crazy. So this is the one that you're going to be running with King. 5 energy, 1 action point. Choose 1 character on your opponent's front line with BP equal to or less than your highest BP character on your field and sideline it. So that's where King's 5k BP is going to come in handy. Obviously, Saitama's 10k, but in general, if you just have a 4k out, it's going to be handy. But yeah, this is going to pair very well with King. And then if King is on your sideline, we're hoping it is going to be King most of the time. If King is on your field, choose 1 character on the field. This character gains energy generation until the end of the turn. So essentially, not only is this special removing a character from your opponent's field, but for this turn, you're getting 1 extra energy just because of this card. So that's going to be helpful. We're getting Saitama out with this for sure. And then the final of green, it's about... What is this? It's about me taking you on right here, right now. Moomin Rider versus the Deep Sea King, right? That was his name. Oh man, what a legendary moment. Choose up to 1 of your action points, switch it to active, final trigger. Nothing new there. And then we've got the other special trigger, which is going to be based around Metal Bat. Pretty generic. 4 energy, 1 action point, Dragon Pummelin'. Choose 1 character with 3k or less on your opponent's front line. Sideline it. If Metal Bat is on your field, 5k or less, sideline it. You know what I would have liked to see out of this? Something based around the heroes. Maybe like for every hero on your field, multiplicative by 1k. We've seen that with like, I believe the Hashira deck does that in Demon Slayer. That would have been a lot more fitting. I mean, you know, this makes sense because Metal Bat is like OP, right? Out of like all the heroes. He's one of the strongest for sure. But anyways, there it is. If Metal Bat's on the field, 5k or less, one of the generic specials. And then, look at this event card. This looks crazy. 12 energy, 1 action point, serious punch. When Saitama gets serious, dude, stuff happens. And Union Arena lived up to it. So you cannot use this card unless Saitama's on the field, obviously. For every 5 cards in your sideline, reduce it by 1. Nice. You get to choose 1 character on your opponent's front line and up to 1 character on their energy line and sideline it. I've been waiting for a card like this. We have characters that can bring characters to the front line from their energy, but a character that not only removes 1 on the front line, but also removes 1 on the energy line, that is overpowered. That is so strong. That is so strong. This is going to be nuts. Assuming we can build up the sideline fast enough, assuming we can consistently stay at like 10 energy, get up to it fast enough, dude, I'm so excited to try out the green deck. I think it's going to be like gimmicky, but it seems broken. Like, I don't know where I'm at on it. I know I'm excited, that's for sure. And then also, I don't know why they separated them. Generally, with the older sets, they were like promo cards. I don't have any info on if these are not in the normal set, but it totally looks like they are. They don't say promo or anything down here in the actual ID of the card. This is just the booster box. But anyways, we've got 2 other green cards separated over here for some reason. 4 energy, 1 action point, Silver Fang. During your opponent's turn, if on the front line, hero affinity cards on your field gain. Your opponent cannot choose this character with abilities on characters or event cards unless they place 1 card from their hand into their sideline as an additional cost. And then you cannot stack this with other Silver Fang abilities. So essentially what this means is if your opponent wants to special one of your hero cards, they're going to have to also trash 1 card from their hand into their sideline to do that. Or if they play a card like, I don't know, Pick God, and they want to remove a character, they have to pay 1 just to target. Your opponent cannot choose this character with ability. So yeah, it's not even just removing them from the field. If your opponent just wants to reduce battle power with a quick, I don't know, -1k or something, they're still going to have to trash a whole card from their hand. So this is going to be very helpful, definitely protecting your heroes from a lot. He has a 3500, would have liked to see a 4, but that's totally fine. He has a great ability, no question. And he's also got a draw trigger, 1 energy. And then the final card, 7 energy, 1 action point, Terrible Tornado. When played, you can add 1 green character other than Terrible Tornado from your sideline to your hand. Draw trigger, 4K, 2 energy generator. That's huge. Yeah, this looks pretty busted. There's no limit on the card you can grab, so essentially I'm sure what you're doing is, I think what this card allows you to do basically is trash your Saitamas early without caring. That's going to be really, really nice, actually. Wow. Like, yeah, I'll just build up my sideline, throw all my Saitamas in there. That's fine. Once I hit a Terrible Tornado and I'm at the right amount, boom, we're in. 1 action point, too. So, wow, dude, you can easily combo this in with that 2 action point, 15 cost Saitama, if it's late game enough, you know. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Green is looking really strong. The heroes of One Punch Man. I mean, obviously, I would hope that the antagonists are the strongest, especially since it's featured around the man himself, Saitama. I love the arts too, man. They really cooked with this one. This is my favorite card of the set already. But yeah, if you guys don't know, there's also the yellow set that we'll be diving into in a different video, as well as the red set. Looks like the red set's going to be the villains, and then the yellow set's going to be more heroes. A little bit of Saitama, but mostly based around the Terrible Tornado and Terrible Blizzard, but definitely a lot of Saitama in yellow as well, with a whole different way to play with him. And then we'll do a different one breaking down the starter deck as well, which is going to be yellow. But yeah, in general, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys are excited. Let me know your thoughts on green and what you're probably going to be building first, because this looks crazy. Let me know any card combos that you're already thinking of, because I want to brainstorm. You know, I want to try out some stuff, dude. This is looking sick. But yeah, once again, appreciate the support, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.